Dear Ned, greetings from jolly old England. Although right now I'm not so sure about the jolly part. That's because I'm on my way to Blackmoor Manor, where the daughter of one of our neighbors is living. The daughter, whose name is Linda, recently married Hugh Penbelin, a British diplomat. Hugh travels a lot, so the only people at the manor with Linda are Hugh's aunt, Mrs. Drake, and Hugh's 12-year-old daughter, Jane. The thing is, ever since Linda moved into the manor, her health has gone downhill. She's practically bedridden, and no one seems to know why. Her mother is convinced something is terribly wrong and wants me to find out what. So here I am, about to be dropped off at a huge centuries-old mansion in the middle of a dark, foggy moor. I can't tell whether the butterflies in my stomach are because I'm excited or just a tad creeped out. Talk to you soon. I hope. Nancy.
Night, miss. Good luck.
Who's there? Hello? There's something out there!
Where, child?
Over there! I mean, something was out there.
Come in. I'm Mrs. Drake. I take it you are Nancy Drew?
Yes, and I really did see something, Mrs. Drake. I heard something, too.
Oh, people are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night, especially you Americans. Why don't you just go on up to your room? It's the one with the moon on the door.
I'd like to see Linda, if I could.
I'm afraid Linda is, not quite ready to meet with you just now. But please, come see me after you've unpacked. I'll be in the conservatory.
All right, thank you. A tripod. For a camera, maybe?
Oh, Ethel, do I have to learn this?
Yes, I'm afraid you do.
If I do well, can we play a game?
Yes, but only in French.
Oh.
Oh, forget it. Stay in Italy as long as you want, then. Some kind of husband you're proving to be. It's not all in my head. Don't bother.
Linda? Hi, it's me, Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, our friendly neighborhood detective. Well, welcome to Blackmoor Manor. I apologize for greeting you under such unusual circumstances.
And I'm sorry to have to bother someone in your condition.
My condition? What's my mother told you? What her son-in-law keeps telling me? That it's all in my head? That I'm just an unhappy new bride? That I just need time to adjust? I'm tired all the time, my mouth is dry, my vision is blurry. But that's not important. Here's what's important, Nancy. There are some doors that should never be opened. There are some doors that hold secrets which must never be known. That's everything you need to know. Now if...
Mummy, can I come in?
No, you're supposed to be in your lessons.
Lessons are over. I want to meet Nancy.
I said no, Jane.
Okay.
That was my stepdaughter. She can be such a pest sometimes. Anyway, I understand you feel an obligation to my mother, but trust me, there's nothing you can do. You're welcome to stay, but I strongly recommend that you go home as soon as possible.
Please, Linda, just tell me what's wrong. Linda? Okay, I'll let you rest. But I'll be back. I'm here for you if you need me. This must be Mrs. Drake's room. Guess she's not in her room. Oh, it's just a parrot.
Scared ya?
No, you didn't.
Did you? Did you?
What's your name?
Lolo, 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 Lolo.
Okay, I get the point. Lulu.
Lolo, 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 Lolo.
Do you by any chance know Latin?
Quiste rogavit, bene vidi vici, semper ubi sub ubi, morituri status.
I'll take that as a yes. Would you mind translating something for me?
Fire away.
Bruma?
The longest day of the year is solstitium, the summer solstice. The shortest day is Bruma, the winter solstice. Equinoctium vernum is a spring equinox. Equinoctium autumnalis is a fall equinox. Day equals night. Lulu's always right.
Bye, bird.
Bye, bird. You're gonna need a bigger bowl. Felicity, the door!
I need the key. I need the key.
Pay no
I
attention
need the
to
key.
bird
I need the key. I need the key.
The time has come for closing books.
There goes my cell phone. Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Mrs. Petroff. How is everything? Have you seen Linda yet?
Yes, and I'm afraid she seemed really depressed.
I'm just about at my wit's end. I've never known her to act like this. The last doctor that examined her said that aside from a little dry skin, which is not unusual for her, she was perfectly fine.
Maybe she's just unhappy here.
I don't know why. I mean, she absolutely adores Hugh. She was thrilled when they got married and couldn't wait to start a new life with him and his daughter there in England. Something has changed her. Something in that house. Hugh is just as bewildered and upset by her behavior as I am. Please get to the bottom of this, Nancy. You're our last hope.
Where is Hugh?
He was called to Rome. As a diplomat, he's always being called out of the country without warning and without any say in the matter. He'd much rather be there with Linda, although...
Mrs. Petroff? Are you there?
It's just that Hugh said it hasn't been very easy for him to talk to her lately. Whenever he calls, which is at least once a day, Linda always seems to fly off the handle for no reason, which doesn't make sense. Linda has always been extremely level-headed and even-tempered. She never gets angry. At least she didn't used to.
Who exactly is Mrs. Drake?
She's Hugh's aunt. She's taken care of Blackmoor Manor ever since her brother died. He was Hugh's father. She's a bit of a character.
In what way?
The way she spends all her time in that conservatory, slouching around, trowel in hand, murmuring to herself. You'd think she was burying something. Or somebody.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petroff.
Goodbye, Nancy. Oh, one more thing. My niece is on call and her husband's out of town, and I told her I'd go over there and babysit if she had to work. So if you call and I don't answer, that's why. Bye.
Looks like John Penvellin may have developed some of the plants that are in here himself. Doesn't work. This must be some kind of well, but where's the water? Hello? A carnivorous plant. Cool. That's probably not a good idea. Ah!
All settled in? Good. I'm happy that you're visiting Linda, but I know how much you teenagers like your televisions and loud stereos, so I must insist that you act respectfully and civilly while you stay with us. Since my nephew Hugh is away on business, I am in charge of this household. And if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's noise. Hugh's daughter Jane is staying with us and would very much like to meet you, but please try not to distract her. She has her studies and mustn't be disturbed during her lessons.
What is Jane studying?
What every British schoolgirl needs to know. All of her schooling in the States has left her with, shall we say, a cultural deficit. She's in capable hands now.
Is she privately tutored?
Yes, she is. Just as all Penvellins before her. Ethel Bossany comes from a long line of tutors that have taught many generations of Penvellins. Now please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours. 2 rules Jane seems incapable of following. And before I forget, our kitchen is being remodeled, so our dining situation is rather unorthodox. I've made arrangements with a local restaurant to deliver meals to us. There should be a programmed number for them on the phone in your room. Feel free to order whatever you'd like.
I'm concerned about that thing I saw outside.
It was purely your imagination, unless you saw a stray dog. But I will not countenance any histrionics about this issue. We have enough to worry about with Linda. And please do not get any ideas about going outside to investigate. I do not want you tracking mud all over this house.
This place must have quite a history. Where can I learn more?
Go see Nigel in the library. He's going to write a book about our family history.
This conservatory is very beautiful, but why isn't there any water in the well?
I'm not quite sure. We never really used it, but it was always full of water. That is until my brother died. And then it just dried up. Most of these plants were brought over by my grandfather. He was quite the adventurer. I remember when he brought back Lulu from the Amazon. At first, Mother wouldn't allow us to play with it because it had picked up too many unsuitable words from sailors. But it gradually learned proper manners.
Can you tell me about Lulu?
Lulu is a very old parrot. She must be over 80 years old. Please be very careful with her, especially if you feed her. Parrots have quite delicate constitutions, you know.
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
Messing with her plants is probably not a good idea. Do you have allergies, Mrs. Drake?
Oh, yes. Hay fever. Although I'm not at all sure what's worse, my allergies or that medication. It makes me feel as if I'm about to float right out of my shoes. Why, look! Another shoot! What a good philodendron you are! Who's hungry? Who's ready for some nummies?
Did you say something, Mrs. Drake?
Not to you, dear.
Ah, yes. Are you here from the agency? It's about time.
Agency?
Oh, dear. You're not the typist from the spiffy specialty agency, are you? Well, how do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Nancy Drew. Are you visiting Blackmoor Manor?
I'm researching the Penvillen family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvillens. Until now.
Why do you think that is?
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Is that what you're going to write about?
I'm quite curious about their progenitor, Randolph the Red. He was a brilliant soldier in the 15th century. As a reward for his exemplary military service, he was given the land that surrounds this castle as well as the castle itself. Some say the source of his military strength was a strange stone. Of course, that's all legend, but it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Are there any other interesting people in the Penvillen family?
There are several skeletons rattling about in the Penvillen closet. Take, for example, Eleanor Penvillen, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650, quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumored that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
But she wasn't actually a witch?
Who knows? Lady Penvillen was a rather vocal critic of Cromwell's policies and helped many of his enemies flee the country. Whether she actually was a practitioner of witchcraft is unknown, although many visitors to the manor during her tenure reported hearing strange, ghostly bells. Some even saw phantom hands floating about the manor, tolling their charmed chimes.
You mentioned some kind of scandal with the Penvillen family?
Well, having a family member burned as a witch can hardly be considered a mark of pride, I dare say. And then there's the whole business with the Blackmoor beast.
Blackmoor beast?
It's a story that's been told for generations out here. During the 1600s, many of the villagers reported seeing a strange beast with red eyes and giant fangs prowling the moors. They asked the mistress of Blackmoor Manor, Eleanor Penvillen, to put a bounty on the beast's head. But, oddly enough, she not only refused, she forbade anyone from hunting the creature. It was rumored that the beast was Eleanor's husband, whom she had cursed for finding out too much about the Penvillen secret.
When I was walking up to the house, I saw something with red eyes that called out to me.
Really? How extraordinary. Are you sure it wasn't just jet lag?
Positive, and I heard it make this kind of growling sound.
Perhaps it was the cursed husband of Eleanor Penvillen, prowling about the moors in search of lost Yanks.
Very funny. Tell me about the Penvillen family treasure.
For centuries, the Penvillens have been very secretive. Some believe they're protectors of a fabulous treasure, or of some dark secret.
Who are all those paintings of in the Great Hall?
Those are the Penvillens who owned Blackmoor Manor at one time or another.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Goodbye. Fascinating piece, isn't it? James Penvillen sculpted it in 1591, although it appears that wand was added at a later date. He was quite a flamboyant figure and never married, but one day, a child appeared quite mysteriously in the castle, and he took her in as his own. That was Eleanor, and many of the townfolk believed her to be a changeling or fairy baby. Achoo!
Gesundheit.
Danke. Those are mainly Penelope Penvillen's collections of French novels. She was a patron to a raft of artists, and her salon was quite popular. She was quite the libertine, even kept her maiden name after her marriage. Interesting. I'm researching Philippe Penvillen, and it appears that many scholars believe he was a pirate. That would explain his source of wealth. I doubt you'll find much of interest in there. They're mainly law books. Charles Penvillen was a prominent judge in the 16th century. Sad to say, he lost his son at a young age, left his estate to his grandson, Thomas. Those manuscripts are very old and brittle. They date back to the 14th century. Odo Penvillen collected most of them. His father, Randolph, and son Milo were rather more interested in military victories than in book collecting.
Wonder what happened in there.
Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane. I know you've come to visit my stepmom, but I'd love it if you could pop by whenever you get the chance. Oh, we'll have such fun. Let's play a game.
Sure, Jane. What would you like to play?
Let's play this card game I found in your room. Actually, it's Bridget's room. I mean, it used to be her room. I mean, she died like 300 years ago. You can see a painting of her in the Great Hall. She's the one with the telescope. Okay, so you have to match up a pair of constellations. I made all the matches in 40 tries. Try to beat my record. You beat my score! Felicitations!
That was fun, but I'd like to ask you some questions.
Sure, what do you want to know? About Mummy? I mean, Linda. I do hope you'll help. She's been a bit out of sorts lately.
When did she start getting sick?
I was playing in Mummy's room when she wasn't there, and when I looked up, there was a lady, all dressed in black, putting something on Mummy's nightstand.
Did you recognize the woman?
I couldn't see her face because she wore a cape with a hood. The lady put a note on Mummy's nightstand, but I didn't read it. That's when Mummy started feeling poorly. I don't want to think about that. Let's play a game. It will cheer me up.
Sure. What would you like to play?
Look inside the chest over there and pick a game. My great-aunt said it's a hope chest, so I put my games in there in the hope someone would come over to play. We can play Bull, Constellation Match, Petroglyph Punch, Skull and Bones, and I also have a jigsaw puzzle.
You sure have a lot of games.
I love games. I want to make computer games when I grow up.
Feel like playing Skull and Bones?
My friend Hugo bought this for me. It's like Go Fish, but you have to collect 3 of a kind of weird things like zombies and ghosts. You go first.
Do you have any spiders?
Here you go.
Do you have any coffins?
Nada. Your witches, please.
All yours.
Tombstones?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any bones?
Sorry. Tombstones?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any bats?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any coffins?
Nada. Do you have any zombies?
You're going to have to go dig. Do you have any spiders?
Sorry. Do you have any zombies?
You're going to have to go dig. Do you have any haunted houses?
Sorry. Would you happen to have any ghosts?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any zombies?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any bones?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any coffins?
Dig. Do you have any spiders?
All yours. A match? You're doing great.
Would you happen to have any ghosts?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any haunted houses?
Go dig.
That's a match.
Would you happen to have any ghosts?
Go dig. Do you have any haunted houses?
Nada. Tombstones?
Get out your shovel. You got a match. Good for you. Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
That's a match. Do you have any haunted houses?
Nada.
That's a match.
Do you have any skulls?
Sorry. Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
I got a match. Do you have any skulls? I win.
No flies on you, Nancy Drew.
Have you ever seen anything strange outside?
Once I saw my Uncle Roger's toupee fly off during a windstorm. Talk about freaky.
I mean, have you seen a strange animal outside?
No, but I have heard weird noises like this. Howling. But not like a dog howling, more like something human. I don't want to think about that. It's scary enough having to live in this gloomy place.
Do you think there's a treasure hidden around here?
I highly doubt it. I mean, if there were, wouldn't someone have already found it? When I asked Ethel about it, she said that it's the Penvillian name and heritage that should be treasured. Ugh.
The lady in black you saw in Linda's room, did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird, that's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
Looks like you're learning some interesting stuff.
Bet you wouldn't say that if you were the one who had to learn it.
You had a guinea pig?
Yes, but it died.
When?
I don't know. I'd really rather not think about it, all right? I totally love that show. Isn't Brady Armstrong so dreamy? Total hottie. That was written by Charles Penvillian way back in like the 1500s. When I read it, it seemed really familiar, you know?
Who's this?
That's my mum, my real mum. She's an opera singer. It's not like she's famous or anything, but she does live in Paris.
What is this book?
Don't know really. Ethel gave it to me. She said it belonged to my grandfather. Do you think Brady Armstrong is cute?
Each of those cups seems to be associated with a Roman numeral.
I used that to make cakes for Lulu the parrot. That's why the ingredients are so nasty. Like I would eat mealworms. Aren't you glad we don't have to use that thing to cook our food?
I saw the kitchen. What happened to it?
I guess you could say I happened to it. But it was Ethel's fault. She inspired me to study the oxidation rates of different kinds of cookie doughs. Only my snickerdoodle experiment got away from me.
Do you mind if I make something?
Go right ahead. Nigel gave that to me when I was in the library once. I think he was hoping it would scare me, but it didn't. I'm too smart to believe in that sort of stuff.
This phone number just might come in handy.
Oh, you startled me. You must be Nancy. I'm Jane's tutor, Ethel.
How do you do?
Jane is very excited you're visiting. You're all she's talked about for the past week.
Wow, I feel so embarrassed. I didn't think I'd have a fan club all the way over here.
Yes, well. I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to go over some things with Jane.
Oh, I guess I'll be going then.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Nancy. Our paths will cross again, I'm sure.
Can't check that off. Can't check that off. Check. That's done. That's done. Check. That's done. I'm sorry to bother you again, but Jane told me about the lady in black.
What lady in black? Jane never said anything to me about a lady in black. That kid is so weird. I just don't get her.
She seems very concerned about you.
Yes, I know. I just don't know how to be a stepmother to her. She's just so strange. Look, just forget about me. You can't help me, and that's that. I'm sorry.
Linda, you have to give me a chance. Everyone is so worried about you. If you just tell me what's happened, maybe I could help. Linda, I made a promise to your mother and I plan to keep it. I'm here for you when you need me. Check. Maybe I should take another look at Brigitte's coat of arms. Wonder what this is. This lens is supposed to go into a telescope that sits on a tripod. Wonder what goes there. Check. Check. That's done. What is that? Maybe I'd better have a look around. Who is that? I wonder if these are what made those red eyes I saw outside the night I arrived. What was that? What's that?
Again.
He was Randolph's grandson and the first initiate. Odo did not have the proper qualities for Randolph's instruction.
Because he was stupid.
No, Jane. It's because Randolph believed that the proper qualities skip every generation. We talked about that, remember?
I guess.
Milo was a great soldier, just like his grandfather. And with his grandfather's help, he was victorious at Caen.
That was a battle fought in 1417, during the 100 Years' War.
That's right.
But I don't understand something. The 100 Years' War lasted longer than 100 years, right? So why do they call it that? Why don't they call it the 116-year war, huh?
Oh my, look at the time. We need to go over your geometry. Please open your book to page 46 and read silently.
Scratch marks, like something was trying to get into my room.
Sorry, chum. The Boar's Head pub is closed. Ring us back after come day's dawning. Hugh Penvillin here.
Hello, Mr. Penvillin. This is Nancy Drew. I'm the one who's visiting Linda. You know, from the United States, across the pond.
Yes, of course. Are you at Blackmoor?
Yes, I am, and I've talked to Linda.
Good for you, because frankly, that's something I've been quite unable to do lately. These temper tantrums of hers make rational discourse well nigh impossible.
She gets angry for no reason?
Absolutely none. We'll be talking on the phone about the weather or Jane's lessons or something equally innocuous, and suddenly she'll be bellowing at me and slamming the phone down.
Are you sure you didn't inadvertently say something, you know, argumentative?
I promise you, these rages of hers are totally uncalled for and quite unbearable. I love her dearly, but she's making things very difficult.
I understand that Mrs. Drake is your aunt?
Yes, Aunt Letitia. We're not very close, however. She's always been rather aloof, much more interested in being a Penvillin than a person, if you know what I mean.
Does Linda get along with her?
As far as I know, yes, although I have caught my aunt eyeing Linda strangely at times. And of course there's the 6-month habitation clause.
The what?
According to the Penvillin rules of inheritance, the spouse of Blackmoor Manor's current owner, that would be Linda since I'm the current owner, the spouse of the current owner must reside in the manor for at least 6 months. Should she or he leave the manor before 6 months is up, ownership of 1/2 of the estate immediately passes to the next legal heir.
And that would be Mrs. Drake.
Correct.
I met your daughter Jane.
Quite the bundle of energy, isn't she?
I get the feeling that she's a little lonely.
I'm sure she is, what with a private tutor instead of school and Linda being under the weather. And coming back to Blackmoor no doubt reminds her of her real mother. Renee and I were divorced almost 2 years ago. Jane went into a bit of a tailspin for a while, but she's come to adore Linda. She's been calling her Mummy since the day we were married.
It was nice talking to you.
This is an extremely busy time for me, so I apologize in advance if you call and I'm unavailable.
I understand.
Good. Cheerio.
I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that.
I'm afraid we're busy.
Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird. Hello.
How good are you at giving hints?
Tell your troubles to Lulu.
Bye, Bird.
Cheerio. The time has come. Top of the morning to you, matey.
How about a hint?
Talk to me.
I need a hint when it comes to what to do with that prize I got when I pushed those zodiac buttons in my room.
The key is the columns. The columns are key. And Lulu is very, 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 very pretty.
Bye, Bird.
Bye, bird. Who's the pretty bird in the mirror?
Looks like a piece is missing.
Yes?
The picture book in Jane's room. Do you know much about its history?
My brother Alan found it somewhere in the house. He was quite fascinated by it, but he'd never let me look at it.
What was your brother Alan like?
He was quite remarkable. He taught linguistics and computer science and won many prestigious awards. He loved games, especially pranks, and was forever tinkering with this and that. I do miss him sometimes, but now he's gone. He died a month after my husband passed away, and ever since I've been here all alone. Until Hugh came back from the United States, that is.
Do you believe that Blackmoor Manor is haunted?
No, of course not. I've lived here for many, many years, and I can tell you without a doubt that absolutely no ghosts walk these halls. An occasional odd creak here and there, yes, but no ghosts. But I do sometimes wonder if those who have passed away remain with us, lingering on. I miss my brother terribly, and I sometimes wonder if he is, in some way, still here.
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
La fruit que quelqu'un a mordu. La citron que l'étudiant l'a donné. La fromage pour le...
Boar's Head Pub, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'm supposed to call you if I want some food.
Right. Nancy Drew, out at the old Blackmoor Manor, are you? You must be Hank Marvin up there. Pity about your kitchen, but we'll fix you up for some Becks and Posh. Just tell me what you'd like.
Okay. What do you have?
We've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, a real fine pinky and perky, and a delicious dog's eye, me fork and knife just rubber-ducked. Hello?
Could you repeat that?
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, pinky and perky, and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
I'd like some pinky and perky, please.
Good choice. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
Okay.
All right then, we'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Oh, and we've got no hot potato about, so it may take a bit, but we'll have it up to you in no time. Fish and taters.
Hi, Nancy.
Have you ever seen these before?
No, what are they?
I was hoping you could tell me. I found them in the hallway.
I've never seen those before in my life.
Jane, did there used to be a telescope in my room?
Mm-hmm. I took it outside to look at the stars. But if you want it back, you'll have to play a game with me.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, what's the game?
Let's see how quick your reflexes are. I'll time you. If you get the puzzle done in time, I'll return the telescope. If not, then you'll have to try again. On your mark, get set, go! Five minutes. 4 minutes.
There!
You won. Good show. I'll put the telescope back in your room first chance I get.
Have you ever heard anything strange at night that sounds like chanting?
No.
I should get going.
Toodles.
That must be the food I ordered. Looks like Pinky and Perky is turkey. I knew that. This smells delicious. And Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder are just plain old bread and butter. That was really good. That's done. That's done. Check.
Welcome, my adventurous friend. Don't tell my sister, but there are ghosts in Blackmoor Manor. 13 of them to be exact. The problem is they're very shy, so they only come out when it's very late at night, usually just after midnight, and even then they only show up in quiet places, like the Great Hall, and the hallways and the conservatory. What's worse, they'll only come out for a very short period of time. But if you can find and touch all 13 ghosts in the time you're allotted, come back here, and I'll give you a prize, one which I guarantee you'll enjoy. So who's ready to go on a ghost hunt? Remember, you mustn't waste any time. Our little chums won't stay visible for long. So, on your mark, get set, go!
Got one. Three down, 10 to go. Ten down, 3 to go. There, ghost number 13.
Congratulations! You're one of the few people who have seen the 13 ghosts of Blackmoor Manor. As a reward, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. But a word to the wise, if you're wearing a hat, hang on to it, have fun!
I need the key. Cool. There are symbols in that mural that I couldn't see before. It stopped working. I need something to wind it up.
Yes?
I'd like to play the card machine in the Great Hall, but it's broken.
It's not broken. I removed its crank, as it was proving to be too much of a distraction for Jane. I suppose I could see where it's gone to. But in the meantime, be a dear and do something for me, would you?
Sure.
Do you see that hodgepodge of plants over there? They're my prize seedlings. I had them perfectly arranged in that box, so I could easily move them about to catch the light. Unfortunately, Jane took all of them out when I wasn't looking. And now for the life of me, I cannot get them back in the box so that they all fit. Why don't you give it a try while I see about that crank? If we both succeed, we shall both be happy, if you catch my meaning. Remember, they must all fit in that box!
There! Yikes! Maybe I should try feeding it something. I'm finished. Can't check that off yet. I'm finished with that. Can't check that off.
Come back later, please.
Hi, Nancy.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
I need the key.
Pay no attention to the
I
bird
need the
behind curtain.
key.
Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird.
Hi, Nancy.
I should get going.
Toodles.
The time has come for closing books.
I need the key. The key fits, but it won't turn. I need to put some kind of grease in there first. I can use my Johnny Rudder to grease up that lock outside Jane's room. This'll loosen things up in there.
Yes?
I managed to get all those seedlings back in the box.
Wonderful. And I managed to find that crank. There you go.
Great, thank you. I spoke with Mr. Tucker at the Boar's Head pub, but frankly, I'm not at all sure what he said.
Yes, his language is quite colourful, isn't it? He's Cockney, you see. My brother Alan and I loved to make up Cockney rhymes when we were young. We'd drive our governess quite batty. Haven't got a pot of glue, haven't got a pot of glue. Ha! How we teased her.
Pot of glue?
A clue, dear. Haven't got a clue. Rhymes with glue, you see.
Goodbye.
Good day.
Those symbols look familiar. Maybe she'll give that to me if I win. I won! All right, Betty, pay up.
Hello, Nancy.
Have you seen any ruins anywhere in the manor?
You mean like Norse runes? No, I haven't. I don't really know much about them anyway. Dead languages aren't really my bag, you know?
I'll let you get back to your work.
Goodbye.
Hi, Nancy.
I should get going.
Come back soon.
Check. I'm finished with that. That's done. Check. Check. Can't check that off till it can't check that off. Hi, Linda.
Nancy? I can't believe you're still here. I thought for sure that... Maybe you can help me.
What did the lady in black leave for you on your nightstand?
All I know is I've awakened something in this house. Something that refuses to rest.
What did you do?
One day after Hugh left for Rome, I inadvertently discovered a secret passageway. I started to explore it. And pretty soon, I found this really old-looking message etched into the wall. When I read it, I realized it was some kind of ancient curse. I tried to laugh it off, but it was kind of unnerving. So I went back to my room and found a note on my nightstand. And on it was written the exact same curse. That very night, I started to feel strange. The curse has been coming true ever since.
Did anyone see you go into the passageway?
No, no one. You see, I'd been warned not to go poking around. By Hugh, Mrs. Drake, Ethel. They all said the manor is old and dangerously decayed, so I made sure no one was watching. And even if someone did see me in the passageway, I went directly to my room afterwards. How could someone write down the exact same curse and get it into my room before I came back? No, something else did this. Something not human.
Can you tell me what this curse said?
I burned it as soon as I read it. I don't know why I bothered telling you this. You can't do anything for me. I should have listened, but I didn't, and now what's done is done.
Tell me about the secret passageway you found.
No. I've already sealed my own doom. I won't do the same to you. I'm not going to tell you anything.
How well do you get along with Jane?
I've been giving it the old college try, believe me.
But she can just be so strange sometimes.
How so?
She'll just do the oddest things. Like one night just after Hugh left, she came into my room and insisted I read a book to her.
Maybe she was just trying to cheer you up.
The book was on monsters, vampires and werewolves and witches. I mean, what kind of little girl reads books like that? She fits right into this house, that's for sure.
I'll see you soon.
Please.
And the winner is Lulu. Uh-oh, not good. Stay away, stay away.
What's not good?
Behind you. Don't look, don't look,
What's behind me?
don't look, don't look.
I'm not falling for that. There's nothing there, Lulu.
Nothing there. Fooled ya.
Bye, bird.
Allez, bye-bye.
I need the key.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Good evening.
Hi, Nancy.
Do you know of any secret passageways in the manor?
I found one, but all it did was lead to this funny picture.
Do you think you could show me where the passageway is?
Wouldn't you rather play a game with me? I'm so bored.
I'll play a game with you after you show me the passageway.
No, we'll play a game, and if you win, I'll tell you where it is. I got this at this really neat museum in the States. It's supposed to be an original Maya game, but don't worry. You don't have to, kill people or take their hearts out or anything. It's really easy to play. You roll the corn and move your warrior the number of dots on the corn. If no dots, then you get to move 5 spaces. You get 2 turns, but you can pass on your second turn. You just keep on going down this track, and you can capture my person if you land on him. Whoever gets all the warriors wins. I'll be blue. Here we go.
Your turn.
Pass.
All right. Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
All right. I pass.
Pass.
Gotcha. You can go.
You can go.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Pass.
Your turn.
Pass.
All right. I win.
Okay, I found the secret passageway in the East Hall. That's the hall with the coat of arms on the door. But it's not a very exciting secret passageway. You're going to be totally bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game with me instead?
The East Hall is locked. Do you know how I can get in it?
My great-aunt took the key. She probably thought I'd break something in there. But I found another one. Here, you can keep it if you want.
I should get going.
Au revoir.
the pretty bird in the mirror. Felicity, the door, the door! And the winner is...
Whee! I could try to hit the bullseye I saw when I went down that slide with a cricket ball.
The time has come. Felicity, the door, the door!
The hands move. If I want to look around in there, I'm going to need a flashlight.
And the winner is Lulu. Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
So, did you find what you were looking for in that secret passageway?
Let's just say you live in a very interesting house.
I don't want to hear. It's so scary to think people can be looking about behind these walls. But you shouldn't tell anyone about them either. If you do, they'll probably close them off and say they're too dangerous.
Do you have a flashlight?
A flashlight? Oh, Nancy, flashlight is an American term. In the UK, we call it a torch. I don't have one, but I do have a whole bunch of glow sticks. If you want one, you have to play a game with me. That's the rule. This is a game I bought in Arizona. You have to make as many matches as possible. On your mark, get set, go! Hooray! You've won! Here's your glow stick. If this one goes out, I'll let you play for another one.
I should get going.
Ta-ta!
And
That doesn't look like a curse. Barber, and a picture of a parrot. I wonder if Lulu has something to do with this.
Felicity, the door, the door! Hello?
Does the word barber mean anything to you?
What's the magic word?
Please?
Sorry, that is incorrect. Lulu want magic word, magic word, magic word, magic word. A deal's a deal.
The word annoying comes to mind.
Sorry, that is incorrect. Magic word, magic word, magic word. A deal's a deal.
Okay. I guess I'll go try to figure out what the magic word is.
Cheerio.
Yes?
Do you know anything about Lulu's magic word?
Magic word? Oh, yes. You see, my brother and grandfather would play a word game with Lulu. I never understood how it was played, but they'd play for hours. Lulu would sometimes grow sullen and refuse to play the game anymore unless they told her that... Oh, what was it that they'd have to tell her? It's perched on the tip of my tongue. Ah, they had to tell Lulu that she was a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Would you have a torch that I could borrow?
No, I'm afraid not. Jane ruined all of ours with some sort of experiment she cooked up. But I believe she may have some of those glow sticks for illumination.
Goodbye.
Run along.
Hello.
I know the magic word.
Magic word, magic word. What's the magic word?
Lulu is a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Clever and beautiful. How true, clever and beautiful.
Easy, Lulu. You're hurting my ears.
So, what's your word?
Barber.
Bleach. Bleach, 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 bleach.
Bye, bird.
Bob's your uncle.
It looks like the rest of this grid is on the other side of the wall.
You're gonna need a bigger bowl.
You
scared
gave me
me.
such a fright. What were you doing in there?
I found a secret passage off of the East Hall.
So I suspected. These old homes usually have a secret passageway or two. But I must insist that you no longer play in these areas. They can be extremely dangerous.
But I'm curious about where they lead.
Well, we wouldn't want you to end up like the proverbial cat, would we, Nancy? Please heed my warning. It would be terrible if something happened to you.
Do you know much about the Penvillin family history?
Only that they were a very well-respected and talented family. Many of my ancestors were tutors of some of the Penvillins, and I feel very honored to continue that tradition.
What you're teaching Jane looks pretty rigorous, but interesting.
I believe young people need to have a well-rounded education and learn what every other Penvillin should know.
Have you seen the book in Jane's room called the Mutus Liber?
Yes, the silent book. It's quite fascinating and very old. Jane's grandfather left it with me to give to her.
Do you know where it came from?
No, I don't. But he regarded it as an heirloom and insisted that it belonged to Jane, and to Jane only.
Have you ever heard the legend about the Beast of Blackmoor?
Of course. Everyone who grows up in these parts knows it. But it's just a myth, one that unfortunately proved to be quite damaging to the Penvillins.
Damaging to the Penvillins?
Well, yes. Eleanor Penvillin was executed because the villagers believed that she had created the beast. Things cannot get much more damaging than that.
Well, I won't keep you any longer.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Who's the pretty bird in the mirror? And the winner is Lulu.
Linda, I found the secret passageway. Jane told me where it is, but I didn't see any curse in there.
How could you have missed it? It was right there, just waiting to be found, wanting to be found. I can't believe how foolish I was. That stupid gargoyle. I hated how its evil eyes would stare at me whenever I walked to my room. So I moved it around, changed its position, kept fiddling with it. But when that secret door suddenly opened, I couldn't resist going in there.
Which gargoyle is this?
What do you mean, which gargoyle? I thought you said you found the secret passageway.
So there's more than one. Linda, I think someone's trying to scare you off. I think they thought you were getting too close to something that's hidden in this house.
You're right. I did get too close to something. That witch that was burned at the stake. She's cursed me, and she's probably cursed you too.
I'll see you soon.
I hope so.
I'll bet that's the There's gotta be an easier way to figure this out.
Hello, Nancy.
Who is the man in the Great Hall with the gargoyle?
That's Corbin Penvillin, born in 1670 and died in 1741, I believe. He was Eleanor's grandson and spent his life in France. It was rumored that he secretly returned to Blackmoor to continue his grandmother's experiments in the mystical arts.
Where can I find his coat of arms?
I didn't realize you were so interested in Penvillin history. I'd be happy to show you his coat of arms, but I'm in dire need of a typist. Perhaps, if you can help me out, I can find that which you seek.
It's a deal. What do you want me to do?
Perhaps first we should see how fast you type. This program will rate your speed. Just type the characters that appear on the screen. If you're good enough, I'll let you type up my memoirs, and then I'll let you see the coat of arms. Excellent score. Now, here's what I'd like you to type up. These are my memoirs. I think you'll find them quite interesting.
These are the most boring memoirs I've ever read in my life. Phew, done. Finally. I feel like I've been typing forever. Nigel! Nigel!
No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without
What are they
toil, no
doing?
fire without oil.
Oh yeah, my actions ensure that my name will endure to the end. Penbelen.
That was a little creepy.
I did it perfect that time, didn't I? Well, almost perfect.
You did very well. But remember, this must remain a secret. Do not discuss it with anyone.
Yes, Ethel.
And don't forget, you have a maths exam tomorrow.
Yes, Ethel.
And be sure to brush your teeth.
Yes, Ethel. Good night.
Smells like oil.